Hey guys, so I'm going to be painting um uh Alad Aladdin Aladdin Aladdin. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, Aladino. Okay, and we're gonna start with the background. We're gonna use this dark midnight blue. I prefer to use my palette instead of putting it directly on the canvas, because I feel like if I put it on the canvas, I use too much paint. Okay, so I'm going to use that color with some pool blue. Actually, let me see. Yeah, with some pool blue. And the other color will be not this one. I want something that's not this one. Okay, King's Gold. We're going to use King's Gold for the background too. So we're going to do the sky. It's going to be dark at night. We're going to use this brush. It is the Fine Touch glaze, and I don't know if you can really see it, but this is the brush that I'm going to use for the background. It is a rectangular canvas, and we're going to do the background first. Okay, so we're going to use the midnight blue on the top of the canvas. And the sides really don't matter right now because I will be using black for the sides, the edge of the canvas, and I'm going to continue to add this dark blue. So I'm going to do a second coat of this color, so it doesn't really matter how much I blend it there or whatever with the other colors, because it's not really how it's going to look. It's just like a base. Okay, after we add that midnight blue, we're going to start adding the pool blue and blending it with the midnight blue. Right there. Add more. Like that. All the way down to like here, I think. Yeah, down there. So I'm just going to continue to paint that right there. Has like a little paint bugger there, I think. Yep, let's get rid of it. I feel like it's still there. Okay. And now we're going to start adding the gold, the King's Gold. So since it's making it look kind of like green, when I go over it with the second coat of paint, I'm not going to put the gold directly with the blue so it doesn't look green. Right now it doesn't really matter because it's not, you know, what it is going to look like in the end. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I used to like wait for a long time. My painting's too like dry by itself, but since I'm recording, I am going to use my hair dryer to try it. I was looking for it and it's right here. I'm crazy. Okay, so let's pull it out. Here it is. And I'm just going to start drying it. That's really good. Moving away. Okay. And now that it we're going to go over again with the same colors, but when I get here, instead of using the King's Gold directly on the pool blue, I am going to use this, not this one, this is this one here, the peach color, because that way it blends from the blue to the peach and the peach to the yellow, and you're not going to see any green in it. So we're going to go again. We're going to clean our brush. Clean it, clean it, clean it. And go over again with the midnight blue. See how different it looks? It's like covering the canvas a lot better. The white, covering the white. That's so much better. Okay, and now we're going to add more of the pool blue to the palette. And start adding it there. Blend those two blues there, because it's the sky. You want those colors to blend really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, one more. Okay, and here is where we're going to start adding the peach color. You don't have to clean your brush because you're still going to like blend those colors together. So just continue to use the same brush. And now that it's not blue anymore down here, then we're going to add the gold. See the difference? You don't see the green there anymore. Continue to add the gold, and it actually looks more like yellow. Okay, and then down here there's like a little bit, it looks a little bit like green, but we're going to cover that, so it doesn't really matter. It's okay the way it is right now. Okay, so now I'm going to wash my brush in water here and dry it. I'm going to dry it. There it is. And we're not going to use it anymore for now, so we're just going to put it there and start drying this. Now I'm going to use a pencil, and we're going to start drawing the little like buildings. Do they have like a name, those buildings?
What buildings?
Those black ones in the painting. I don't know. Do they have like
an mosques?
What?
Don't ask. Just Arabian style buildings.
Arabian style buildings. Okay, so we're gonna start drawing the Arabian
Tongue twister, huh?
Arabian style buildings. You can see them all there, but you're gonna see them a lot better once I go over them with the black. Okay, and you can do like right here they have like a different one. And they go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and down and up. I don't know, it's weird, but it's pretty cool. It's cool. There, and then the top is like bigger than the bottom too. And there it is. Okay, now we're gonna do another one like the one that we have over here, but a little smaller. And so they don't all look exactly the same, because I'm pretty sure they don't look all the same. And let's do another one like that one there, like this one, the tall one. It's gonna be like half of it because you can't really see that side. Okay, and now see where they're at. Now we're gonna go over it with black. So I think this is the black that's open. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna add black to our palette. And we can move the camera a little more. And we're gonna use, let's see, we can use this brush. This one. It's a 1/2 inch flat brush. I'm gonna use that one with a little bit of black, and we're gonna start painting in the buildings. I'm not gonna go too close to the lines because I might just do the lines with a thinner brush. And so I'm just gonna try to like paint in here. Okay, see why it didn't really matter if the gold looked gold. We were gonna go over it with black. Try to fill all those like little spots that you can still see the color that's under it. And then with a different brush, I'm gonna go and do all the edges so I don't mess it up with this brush since it's too big. And also remember that the sides are gonna be in black, so this doesn't really matter right now. I'm gonna put this brush to the side, and we're gonna use a smaller brush. I might use not this one. Here's a smaller brush. It's a lot smaller than the other one, and it's a round tip. So I'm gonna use black and start doing those lines. I'm gonna put it sideways because I feel like it's easier for me to do the lines that way since there's paint there and I don't want to get my hand on it. I do have paint on my hand. I'm gonna start doing those lines there. And try to do them as straight as you can. There's the top there. I feel like I might have messed it up a little here. There. And now just paint inside those lines. Then you're gonna let it dry, and if you see some like strokes, some lines that you shouldn't see, then you can just go over it again with black. I'm gonna try to put it a little closer to you guys so you can see it a little better. Now we're gonna do the last one here. And then we're gonna continue to work with the sky. Ouch. I'm getting it closer to me. I'm gonna fix here, this side. Let's see. Add some more on here because I feel like it's gonna look better if I just make it a little bigger than what it is right now. Okay, or what it was. Okay, that's good. Now that's gonna dry, and once it dries, you can go over it again, over the black. Okay, now I'm gonna clean our brush. Brush clean, and we're gonna work on, let me find a different brush. I'm probably gonna use the same one that I used for the black at first. The black one. Or not, let me, this one. Okay, I'm gonna use this one for the moon now. Okay, so the moon, we are going to use an ivory. So the moon's gonna look bright and yellow, kind of yellow. We're gonna try to clean our hands. You don't want no paint on your hands. No wet paint on your hands, because if you touch the canvas, you're gonna ruin the background, right? So, okay, we're gonna grab some paint and do the moon. So I want it to start here and go just like that. And I'm gonna do I think I'm happy with that. I might add right here. And then we're just gonna color it in. We do have to do a second coat on it because of the blue from the sky. I feel like I should add more right here. There. Right. I could also there, let's see if that works. Now right here you're gonna see that I kind of messed it up, but we can go over it with the midnight blue again. So if you mess it up, it's okay. I'm trying to make it more like round, I guess. The lines here. And I'm gonna fix that on the side. So we're gonna go back to the colors that we used for the sky. And you're gonna mix, at least here, since it's not really that pool blue, we're gonna mix till we can get the same shade. And it's okay if it doesn't look the same, because we can just keep mixing colors until we make that same shade. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's the good thing about like paint. You can fix it. You can always just go over whatever you do wrong and fix it, as long as you know how to. Right there. It looks kind of weird because it's still wet, but once it dries, it'll look a lot better. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the top here. Fix that. We go over it with the midnight blue, and it's going to look a little lighter just because it mixed with the ivory that I used there, but still good. I'm going to wait for it to dry. And while that happens, I'm going to clean my brushes again. I'm going to use that one. And this one we're going to use again. Okay, so we're going to dry the moon and I feel like the moon is pretty much dried already. And we're going to go over the moon again, but with that with the king's gold that we used earlier. See? Just like around the edges here. Like that. All around it. It's easier for me to like move the canvas around to paint and get those nice lines and curves, I guess. So if you want to do that, you can do it too. You don't have to leave the canvas straight up the whole time. Whatever works best for you, you can do. Okay. Right there. And now before that dries, you're going to start adding the ivory again, and you're going to let those colors blend together. You don't want it to be completely ivory or completely gold. So you don't want that gold to dry yet. You're going to try to work fast so you can blend them, because once they dry, they're not going to continue to blend. So just do that. And there we have our moon. Nice moon. Okay. The black is not dried yet, so I'm not going to go over it again right now. We're going to clean our brush. And now we're going to dry the moon again. I think that's pretty dry. And we're going to grab our pencil again. This one. Grab our pencil. And we are going to draw Aladdin and Jasmine on the rug. They're going to be right here on top of the moon because they're obviously flying on the rug. So we want the rug first. Or actually, let's start with their heads. So we're going to do Aladdin's head right here. It's going to be like that. That's his head. And then we're going to do her head. So she has a lot of hair. A lot of hair. She has a big head in there. And she has, it's not a braid, it's just like, she has her hair tied. That's her head. They're like leaning, or she's leaning on him, right? And then we're going to do that first big circle for her hair, and then the second one going down right there. Like that. That's gonna be her hair. We're gonna do her shoulder here. And it's gonna be going down with her arm and her clothes. And there's her shoulder, the sleeve, and then starting her clothes right there. And her arm goes down to the rug right there. And then so they're actually holding hands. We're not going to do that yet. I'm not going to draw their hands yet. I want to do like their bodies first so I know exactly where I want them and if I'm actually doing it right, if I have to change anything. So no small details yet. Okay, so there is her clothes. And then we're going to start, we're going to like draw her butt right there. And there it is. If you can see her body right there. And her leg right here. The way she's sitting. That's her leg. Now that I have her body, I know where to start and finish his too. And we're gonna do right here and around. He has like I don't know, his outfit is like white. That's like the shoulder. It's like a cape or something like that. And it goes down to the side, a little lower on the rug. And then we have those lines there, the foldings of his clothes, right there. Now that we have their bodies, we're gonna do the carpet. So the carpet's gonna be right here. We're gonna start. And we can measure it out with their bodies. So comes out. Oh, out right there. And we do the same thing on this side. And then it's not a straight line. I'm gonna go up and down there. And that magic carpet has little like hairs on each corner. So you want to draw them. And it also has lines on the edge of the carpet. So we're gonna try to do it for like the design that the carpet has on it. So we're gonna try to do that. And then it has like a bigger one on the inside here. And another line. There it is. Okay. So there we have them. And now we're going to start painting their clothes. We're going to use a small brush, not too small, right? And I'm going to start with his clothes because it's white. And I'm probably going to use the same brush for all of it. So I don't want any other colors blending with his white clothes. Obviously, we're going to go 2 times, maybe 3. With the white because you can still see the lines and the colors that are under it, and you want to cover that as much as you can. That's the cape, and then we're going to do like the shoulder here and the back of his neck right there. I covered the lines, but I know where they go. So it's okay to cover them. That's good. And now the head. His head. It's like a hat that he has. I don't know what you call those type of hats. But we're gonna go over it. Paint it in with the white. Right there, and we're gonna dry it. Now that it's dried, we're gonna go over it again with the white. It dries pretty fast, as much as you don't use a lot of paint, just what you need. So just keep adding that white there. And on the head again. And that should be good for now. Okay, now we're gonna wash the brush again. And we're gonna do her skin color. So her back, her shoulder, her arm. She is, let's see, we're gonna mix this chestnut brown with, let me see, is it still wet? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna mix it with a little bit of the peach color that we used for the sky. Because she's not really dark. Okay. So this is the color that I made for her skin. Right there. Might add a little more brown. Make it a little darker. Yep. And there it is. Right here. That's the color I'm going to use for her skin. And I'm going to go and start painting her. And her arm. Right there. And I don't think that we have to do a second coat on her skin. It covered pretty nice. So now we're going to go over with the blue. So the blue for her dress is actually kind of the same blue that we used for the background. We're just going to go and add that in there. We're going to dry that a little bit. And go over with the blue again. And I might use a smaller brush now. I'm using this. Yeah, this is a really small brush. So we're gonna use it for the blue here. on her arm here. Right there. That's good. And her pants. Her pants. Yeah, she has pants on. She doesn't have a dress. So we're gonna go and paint that. Her leg here on the side. Right there. And we're gonna dry that too. Go over it a second time. Same with the leg here. And we're gonna do the hair. She has black hair. So we're gonna leave that brush right there, and the same brush that we were using for her skin and all that, we're gonna use it now for the hair. I don't want to rush the hair because it's black and it's really hard to fix something that you mess up with black. So I'm just gonna go slow, some patience, do the hair, paint it in, just like that. Right there. Okay, now we have her hair, her body, and everything. I'm gonna clean my brush because I'm not gonna use it anymore. Not for now. I'm gonna dry her hair, and then we're gonna use that really thin brush that we used on her clothes to do the hair ties. We're gonna use the same glue that we used on her clothes to do the hair ties here, to divide her hair. Right there. Okay. And now, let's see. He has like a little feather or something coming out up here. So we're gonna do that. It's like a little feather right there. And he has a line. I'm gonna use some gold. Or actually, you know what? I'm not gonna use the gold paint. I have a marker somewhere in here. Let me see if this one will work. It might, but I don't like the color. Let me see if I can find it somewhere in here. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so this is a marker that I use to sign my paintings. It's a metallic marker, and I'm gonna use it for the line here that he has on his shoulder. Right there. I'm gonna do that. And I am going to paint the carpet now. See that? Okay. Now for the carpet, they have a purple. This is cobalt hue. It's a little darker than this and more like a purple. So I feel like we could use this color. I want to see what it looks like when you pour it. Yeah. I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna use this brush. I'm gonna use that color. That is the blue kazoo. And we're gonna paint the carpet, the magic carpet. Painting that in with that color. It's really nice. And then it's like a brown. So the same brown that I used to mix for her skin, we're gonna use it on the carpet. In there. And I didn't paint this side here that goes with that same blue. Okay, that's good. And now it has like like small designs on that blue, but I'm not really gonna do that because they're really small. And I'm trying to do it as easy and simple as I can. So I'm gonna dry those two colors on the carpet. And I'm gonna mix her skin color again. And I'm gonna do her hand here. Now that the carpet is dry, I'm going to use the same color that I used on his outfit here. I'm going to use it to do the outline of the carpet. So it's going to be an easy step. We're not going to use a brush or anything. And it's a metallic color, so it looks pretty nice. On the inside here, we're going to do the same thing with those lines on the carpet. There you go. Now we're going to do, instead of doing little designs and all that, we're going to use a gold marker. We're just going to do like little random lines on the carpet, right? And it looks like there's an actual like design on it. Okay, there it is. And we gotta do some lines here. I'm cleaning my brush, the same really thin brush that I used earlier. And I'm gonna do some lines on her to divide her skin from her clothes and all that. I'm just gonna use some brown paint. I don't want to use black, so we're just gonna use some brown paint right here to do that. Just some small lines. And now we're gonna do the same thing with her outfit, but instead of obviously using the brown, we're gonna use the same color we used on the carpet. Like that. They're really thin lines, just so you see where everything divides, right? And I'm using the lighter blue too, just to like blend the lines. I don't want them to be too dark or anything. So I'm doing that. And then for the legs here, she has a little line there. And we use again that lighter blue to blend her clothes. And those lines that we just did with that darker blue. That should be good. Now for him, he had some foldings on his clothes, but we're not gonna use blue or brown. We're just gonna use some gray. So we got here country gray, and we're gonna use the same brush. We're gonna do some like outlines and the fold-ins on his clothes. So just some really thin lines. And right there, I did a bigger line there, like a thicker line, but I'm gonna use some white over it because I just want it to be like some shading there on his head, his little hat that he's wearing, whatever you call that. There we go. Now we're going to use some white. We're going to use the back of the brush and we're going to put it in white and do some tiny dots right here in the sky for the stars. It's like a little shooting star right there. Okay. And then we're going to go over the lines here with the black, right? A little bit to fix them. And once you're done with that, you're all done with your painting. Oh, and I will be painting the sides. I'll actually do it right now. So for the sides, what I do is that I grab one of these sponge brushes with some black, and I just go. It's a lot easier. It covers so fast. Look at that. See how it covered the whole bottom. And then without touching the painting, or at least the front, the top. You go and continue to do the sides. And that they're wet right now, so they look kind of weird. You can do it with whatever color you want. I prefer black because I feel like it covers, it makes the colors on the painting pop out a lot better. So there it is. And we're done with our painting. It's a little dry, so I'm just gonna dry it. I mean, it's a little wet, so I'm just gonna dry it a little more, and I'm gonna sign it. So, let's sign it right here. DRV. And I also write in the bag my full name with the date. But it's still dry. It's still wet right now, so I'm not gonna do that. Thanks for watching. I'll be showing some photos of the painting now. Bye bye.